of the 2022 JCI Ireland Meet the Member series. For any of you who have joined us before, you will know that we're having just some casual conversations with some of our members from our national board this year. We're hearing a little bit about their JCI journeys, how they first heard about JCI, and what you'll have noticed if you have listened back to any of them is that while everyone's stories have similarities, they're all very much unique. So I'm delighted to be joined this evening by our Director of Business, appointed Deputy President, and our incoming National President, so she's very busy this time of year. Big welcome to Neve this evening.
Thank you so much, Anya. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me. It's really good to be here and to talk about my experience when we are already in a Christmas spirit, and I believe our members are also like having some time off at this time of the year, which we all deserve after a really tough year and busy year at this time.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think JCI always it's always as busy as you make it, really. And this time of year, I suppose we do get that little bit of quiet time before we start planning again for 2023. So Neve, just to kind of start off, I guess, just a little bit of background. We've noticed over the last few evenings that everyone's heard about JCI from completely different sources. So how is it that you first heard about JCI?
Yeah, well, probably I should first explain and tell a little bit about my background, because I'm from Finland, so my JCI journey started back in Finland. So it was actually quite randomly the way I heard about it. It was around the time when I graduated from the college, and I already did start my career. Actually, I was already I was successful in it and it was going well. However, I was looking for some more excitement, something outside of my job that would give me an outlet and possibility to network with like-minded people, and just to maybe extend my network and maybe even open some business opportunities as well. And it just so happened that one of my contacts on LinkedIn was a member at that time. And it was exactly the time of the year when the applications were open for new JCI members to join, because in Finland, they are run usually once a year. And so my contact posted about it on LinkedIn, and she was talking about it, and she explained that this has been a very beneficial hobby for her and actually opened so many doors for her in terms of her career, and also for her network and personal life. And she was able to develop some new skills through that and meet a lot of amazing people. So I thought, okay, this seems like something I would really like to be involved in, and this is something it's really like something I would fit in. So I thought, why not? Let's see what I can get through that. And that's how I joined. I joined my local chapter at that time in my city in Tampere, back in Finland. And that's how my journey started. Then later, I moved to Ireland, where I continued my JCI journey. I've joined JCI Dublin, and well, here I am now.
That's amazing, and it's actually interesting because we had our immediate past president Carol Ho on last night, and she also was part of JCI Hong Kong, and she ended up moving to Ireland. So that's how she ended up becoming a JCI Ireland member.
That's something I appreciate about JCI Ireland very much, actually, because it's so diverse and so open for international members and people who are moving into Ireland, because there is so many for example, professionals moving to Dublin. It's a big tech industry there, so I really appreciate that about JCI Ireland.
We heard from Carol last night how it was her husband that ended up another JCI senator who ended up kind of bringing her to Ireland. How is it that you ended up coming to Ireland, and the fact that you were a JCI member in Finland and were aware of JCI Ireland, did that make your move a bit easier?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I actually talked to to the members from my former chapter in Finland. They were aware of the fact that I was moving to Dublin, and the reason I moved to Dublin was because I got a job at Google in Dublin, and so I was planning on moving there. And of course, I didn't want to give up on JCI. I was aware that, of course, now that I will be away, I will probably not be able to be involved as much as before in my local chapter in Finland, even though they were open to make it possible for me. However, I thought it would make more sense for me to join the local chapter where I could really be more active and present. So I even contacted some of the members from my local chapter. It's called JCI United, because I knew for the fact that some of our members were friends already with some of the JCI Ireland members. And that's how they connected me. They connected me with Carol, for example, and then also our Senator Ronan and a few other people. So it was really great. It was not like I would join and didn't know anybody there. So I already had some acquaintances in JCI Ireland, and it was really easy for me and smooth, I would say, the transition.
Excellent. Well, we know from the last few days, and myself and yourself would know it quite well, that JCI is an international organisation. It's a leadership development organisation for 18 to 40-year-olds, and that we've got four main pillars. So we've got the business, community, international, of course, and individual. And from doing this series, we hear that everybody joins for a particular reason. There's something that attracts them, and then they might end up staying for something else, or really progressing in a different area, and they all overlap in ways. But I guess when you originally heard about JCI when you were in Finland, what is it that actually made you want to join? What was it that really attracted you?
Yeah, for me, initially it was the business aspect, because as I mentioned, I was kind of kicking off my career at that time, but I wasn't already, at that time, I wasn't a senior in my position, let's say. And so I was looking for new opportunities in business, or I was even considering starting my own business at that time. And the way this JCI member promoted it was that this would give a great opportunity to actually network with some people from business who are running either some businesses locally in our city or also around the country, and also to develop leadership skills. And she was talking about the workshops that JCI offers, and all of that sounded really exciting to me. I thought, okay, this is a great opportunity for me to not just develop my skills and to really spend my spare time to make it really like beneficial in terms of even career, and at the same time have fun as well and meet new people. So that really attracted me. But initially it was just business opportunities. And then once I joined, I've realized there was so many other segments to it. And besides the serious part, which would be trainings and workshops and networking for business, there was so much fun involved as well, and a lot of parties or other types of events where we would gather and just network or bond with other members, and not to even mention the traveling as well, which was also a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that we've all kind of touched on with JCI, is that travel aspect. Like, even when you came to Ireland, you were able to reach out to people because you were moving here. But even if you go on holidays, or if you're thinking of moving for a career but you're not fully sure, you can always reach out to people in different national and local organizations. And as I said before, you nearly have a tour guide for the day. It's very much friendships, and everybody is really excited to meet up with another JCI member because they know that they have things in common. So it's definitely, as I say, it's a global network, and it really is like-minded people who enjoy having fun, as well as working on different events and projects. Since you joined, as you said, you've kind of had two different experiences, really, between JCI Finland and JCI Ireland, and you would have attended a lot of events. But for you, could you maybe limit it down to one or two experiences that for you have really stood out to you, and that they're unforgettable, really?
Mm. Well, yeah, um, there are many of them, as you already mentioned, and it's really now hard to really pick one. But let's go with the most recent ones that really left me uh, amazed after that, and it was really incredible experience for me, and I cannot go and answer this question without mentioning the Leadership Academy in Japan, which happened in September this year. So it was quite recent, and I was so lucky to be able to attend it, because we know that Asia and Japan have been under lockdown for a very long time, and it was difficult to travel. So for a couple of years, it was organized remotely. But I was so lucky that exactly this year it reopened, so I was able to go in person there, and that was just so incredible. Um, Not just that the trainings itself were very, very interesting, and we've learned so much there about leadership and different leadership styles, and how to actually create a community and be able to lead it. But also I've met incredible people from all around the world with incredible experiences. For example, I've met incoming national president of India, and they have such a big organization there. And just learning from these people how they manage such a huge organizations, it was beyond really any other experience I've had before that in JCI. But of course we had national conventions in Finland, which were amazing as well, and just having really some amazing people talking, giving workshops or trainings to the members. In Finland, for example, I attended several academies. I've learned so much. They were on different topics, like, for example, finance, leadership, then also public speaking. And it just, all these academies and trainings really helped me to enhance my professional skills, and helped me to actually really excel in my professional life as well. So besides JCI, it's been so beneficial for me and opened so many other doors.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think myself personally as well, like JCI has made an incredible impact on my career, but also on my personal life as well. It's definitely one of those things. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it, because the more you're learning and developing your confidence. But it's such a supportive organization, where people are there to give you that gentle nudge, or if they know there's something somewhere you want to be and what's holding you back, they'll try and kind of help you along the way, so that you always know if you go out of your comfort zone and do something new, that there's people there willing to help, and there's people there cheering you on, as well as all the collaborations as well. It's really incredible that way, the way people really want to see each other succeed. You mentioned there that you attended a lot of trainings between public speaking and leadership, finance training. I know that we cover all those kind of topics. For you, you've seen it in person and also when things were online. What's been a training or two that's really kind of stood out to you that you'd love to go back and do again?
Mm. Well, for example, I really loved training. Okay, so if I go back even to Finland, we had, and that was one of the collaborations actually between JCI Finland and JCI Ireland. And I did not know many JCI Ireland members at that time, but we were so lucky to get a training actually from JCI Ireland member Ben Hall, who was giving a training to JCI Finland members, actually to my local chapter for public speaking. And so we had this workshop with him, and it really it was stuck with me. And I think he doesn't even remember me from that time, and he wouldn't recognize me, but I was one of the people in the audience. And it was really, really amazing, because we Finns, we are not famous for our public speaking skills, let's put it that way. We have many other skills, but that's probably not one of the strongest ones we have. So it was so amazing to hear somebody from different culture and who is so good at it to give us the training on this topic. Another really useful training that I've attended, and it was back in Finland as well, it was a finance academy. It took, usually in Finland, these academies would last for the entire year. And we went through literally all the possible details within finance about planning the budget, running and handling the sheet and balance sheet, and how to really make everything fit into place. But it was the training the full year, and it actually required from us to do the assignment in the end, and we would receive a certificate because they made it official. So it was really serious thing actually overall, but we learned so much from it, and that really prepared us to also handle our finances within JCI organization in a better way. And of course, there are so many other trainings that I've attended, or workshops like International Business Academy also, that took another year, and also some ad hoc trainings like about international communication, and also leadership skills and so on. But I would say, yeah, there's always some training or workshop available somewhere in the JCI world, and members should just look for it and join whenever possible.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing that I suppose, like yourself, I joined before the pandemic, and I attended as much as I could, both locally, nationally, and internationally. But I suppose when the pandemic hit, we had the opportunity really to be on so many different trainings every night, because when you're a JCI member, while you might be in your local organization, you're a JCI member. So that means you can go to any training, workshop, event, academy, congress, anywhere in the world. You're not just confined to your area. So that opens up so many more opportunities for these trainings. And while we're a leadership development organization, we put what we learn in these trainings quite often into practice. Like you said, with the finance, we put it into practice in our local or national organizations to make sure everything balances. But that then helps people who are going on into business to be able to know how to do that for their own businesses. So it really is a learn by doing organization. That's interesting that you've said that with the academies, that they go on a year, because I know in JCI Ireland it would be quite different that way, that we have weekend academies, 2 or 3 day type of academies. So it's interesting to hear that they're done slightly different in Finland. You've kind of touched on it already in kind of what you've said, but just to kind of, I suppose, enforce it, do you think that JCI has played a major part in your personal life and also in your professional life?
Oh, absolutely. That's with no doubt. It has played a really significant role, and I can really say that this has been one of the, and probably the most beneficial hobby for me, if I can even call it a hobby, because in a way it's my second career or second profession, because it requires so much time and effort, but at the same time it's so rewarding that it's really worth every second that I invest in it. And I would just say that JCI is all about, as much as you invest in it, that's how much you get back from it, and even more. And it's all up to a person or a member to really to know what they want to get out of JCI and really go for it. But definitely JCI has played major role in my life, because first of all, not only that, it has given me the opportunity to develop some crucial skills for the corporate world. And obviously at the moment I work at Google, so it's one of the biggest companies in the world, and I can say that, well, I have succeeded in some ways in my career so far. And I've seen other Googlers also being members of JCI. I've seen them, I met some of them in Finland. Matter of fact, one of the Finnish, actually one of the Finnish people has been already a national president of JCI Ireland in the past, and he's a fellow Googler as well. So shout out to Jani Hirvonen for that. But yeah, I developed my leadership skills through JCI. I've developed my public speaking skills. I've learned about management, about business. I've met some really extraordinary people through JCI. And as we already mentioned, this I in JCI, as it stands for international aspect, has given me the opportunity to travel, to meet people around the world who are very successful. Pretty much, I would say every person from every JC that I've met so far has been successful in some area of their lives, either professionally or being if they are really young, they would be students or PhD students. But everyone has been just so smart, so ambitious, so curious, and hungry for knowledge and more experiences in life, and so open-minded that it has been really incredible for me and eye-opening in many ways.
That's a really nice way of putting it, actually. It's so true. Like, it really is. There's such a different range that you can join at 18 and you kind of go to 40. And then we have so many people who are over the age of 40 saying, damn, I wish I knew about this sooner. I'd have joined, or, you know, only maybe join and they're like when they're 38, 39 and only get that year kind of taste out of it. But I think that's also the beauty within JCI, is while we are a network and there's a membership, quite a lot of our events and trainings are opened up to the public as well. They can come along. There's a fee then for them to come along, because quite often it's included in your membership, but they just don't get that hands-on training of the organising in the background, where I suppose you put these things that you learn into practice. You touched on it there about another fellow Finn being past JCI Ireland national president, and Yanni was actually the national president just in around the time when I joined. So I have very, very good memories of Yanni. But for you yourself, you joined JCI Ireland. You joined our national board this year as the director of business, and very early on showed an interest in going for the national president position. So tell us, for anyone listening that might be thinking of joining, what has JCI Ireland got in store for 2023? What are your plans?
Yeah, we are looking into so many exciting things next year, and particularly because we all know that we have had some setbacks due to COVID. We've lost some members, and we've had some of the obstacles during the past couple of years. But what we're looking into, we really want to increase the number of members in the incoming year, but not just to increase. We want to really look at the we are going to recruit, and to make sure that we have highly motivated members, and who are ready to take action, and who are just like-minded as JCs are, and really curious and hungry for action, and full of ideas, and really want to take this leadership role. Because we have many leadership roles available in JCI, and whoever would like to put their leadership skills in practice are welcome in JCI, because we have so many projects coming up on the national and also local levels. We have so many internet networking events coming up as well, and not to mention the workshops and trainings. So whoever wants to take part in it, either from the side of just being the observer and learning, or just being an active actually in these roles as a mentor, or even as having a project manager role, or within different projects, it's really welcome to join us, and we are looking to run more actively projects next year and events, and have overall more activities and more fun for our members.
Sounds good. I mean, I think the last few years has been challenging for every network, and with things being online. But I think that's been the beauty this year, really, is, you know, we started my year as national president. We were planning the in-person first event of the year, and then we ended up back into restrictions again. And it was that for the first few months, up and down. So it was very difficult in a way to kind of, you know, really try to motivate members that way, because they were so kind of, like everybody, getting kind of lost between the inner restriction, outer restriction. So I think next year it's going to be absolutely great to see it kind of going back to normal that way, but also being able to embrace the hybrid and take the advantage of the online. I think that JCI Ireland is going to kind of have a lot more opportunities now than we had when we first joined a few years back. So that would be really exciting. Like even a few days ago there, JCI Ireland held a social audio event where we were speaking to business owners about, setting up their business for 2023 and how to keep going. And, the amount of people that joined that Twitter space. And a few of them did message after and said, oh, unfortunately, I'm not within the age bracket, but I would love to work with you guys in some capacity next year, whether it be maybe giving a workshop for you or coming along to something. So we'll definitely be in touch next year. So there is an awful lot of amazing collaborations and partnerships outside with even people who aren't members, which is also something as well that I've no doubt that you'll probably be looking a lot into next year now that things are back in person again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so excited to go back in person events, and also opening up more internationally, having guests from other countries as well, and having our members visiting events internationally as well. So that's going to be one of the focuses as well next year.
Yeah, and it'll be great as well just to kind of be able to, get around to visit the local the local organisations. I know this year, like that, between some being on, some being offline, there wasn't as many opportunities, and for the past presidents the last 2 years. So, there's a lot of organisations for you to visit next year. So we've got like Cove, Limerick, Fingal, Mayo, Dublin, Galway, Cork, like it's all over the country, which is incredible. As you said there, you're going to really be looking to like kind of bring along some ambitious, motivated people who really want to develop their leadership skills and really get involved in, project management and being part of this organization. What is it if you were walking down the street tomorrow and, somebody was there and, they said, oh, what is JCI, if it came up in conversation, if you to do that elevator pitch, I suppose, why would you recommend that somebody would join Junior Chamber International? What would your recommendation be?
Yeah, based on personal experience, again, I would say that this is an opportunity to meet and network with some really extraordinary people. Have the opportunities to develop personal skills that will be valuable for the rest of your life in terms of developing your career. At the same time, besides developing your skills, you can as well network and open some business opportunities for yourself, whether you're looking into starting your own business or just progressing and developing in your current career, or looking for a even new career or a new job. So many opportunities there. We already know that some of our JCI Ireland members are running successful businesses, and we've had even some open work positions and job opportunities within among the companies that our members are running. Not to even mention like internship opportunities for the students or younger members that we have. And just at the same time, besides having all these amazing opportunities to develop yourself and to open some business opportunities, it's also a lot of fun. And not to forget that we besides work and serious part and meetings and collaborations, we also have a lot of fun. And there is also so much opportunity to travel and meet people internationally, whether through traveling or also through different events that we organize. And then we have international delegates as well coming to the events that we organize within country.
Yeah, it really is the organization of opportunities, isn't it? It's really a case of you can get really anything out of Junior Chamber once you come along and you tell people what it is you're interested in. I remember a member before wanted to learn how to jive. She had a wedding coming up and she wanted to learn how to jive. So the number of the members decided, okay, let's do a jiving lesson. And I think we actually got a member or two from that. It was such a fun activity, but it's something a member wanted to learn and didn't have the confidence to go do themselves. So, it really can be from any aspect, from students to busy professionals to those working in some of the top companies in the world, or someone like me who's here and this is their office here, that's just a small little business owner. So it really is varied. Neve, I'm really excited to see what happens next year. Wishing you all the best. in your year as National President. I'm very, very excited for you and can't wait to see what it is that you do. I thought it was perfect to end the series with yourself. Thank you so much, because I completely appreciate how busy you are, and I know you're on actually a different time zone right now because you're gone home for Christmas. So thank you very much, and best of luck next year.
Thank you so much, and see you next year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone.
So for everyone that might be listening on this, make sure that you visit our website, www.jciireland.ie. You can learn a lot more, read some of the blog posts from members. You can also sign up for your membership there as well for the local organisation nearest to you. You can also follow us on social media. We're on JCI at JCI Ireland. So we're on everything really. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We try a little bit out on everything. So you can also find us there if you're not already following us. This is the end of our series. Maybe not. We might have something similar to this next year. Who knows? Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.